Welcome to the Storyteller's Mind Movie Makers, the podcast where stories are not just told, they are felt. Hosted by Melissa Reaves, master storyteller, dynamic keynote speaker, and founder of Story Fruition. This podcast is your guide to transformational storytelling. Each episode, Melissa takes you to explore the art and science of crafting powerful narratives that move hearts, shift perspectives, and spark actions. Whether you're pitching to investors, leading a team, or stepping on stage, your story is your superpower. So get ready to build your story library and ignite your impact. Welcome to the Storyteller's Mind Movie Makers.
Well, greetings. It's so nice to have you join us at the Storyteller's Mind Movie Makers show. I'm Melissa Reaves, and I am the founder of Story Fruition and the author of the Storyteller's Mind movie. Become an emotionally connected leader through the power of your storytelling skills. So, why am I so obsessed with helping people become more confident and more magical, better public speakers? Well, because storytelling is what is needed throughout the entire day when you think about it. So I work with the C-suite, founders who are raising capital, keynote speakers, people who are creating a keynote so that they can use it as a lead magnet, or they want to do a TEDx talk. All of these are our types of clients. But we're telling things more just in Zoom, like your boss could be asking you, hey, why did we see a number dip off of our budgets? What happened? That's a story, okay? Or, hey, we surpassed our numbers. What happened? There lies the story. Your first client that you ever brought into your organization. That's a story. Why do you do what you do? That is clearly your why story. Do you know it? Do you know how to tell that? Like, why are you creating this AI platform for the audience that you're targeting? Why do you get up every single day and do root canals on people? I once asked my dentist about that. And it was so fun because I was like, I'm about to get a root canal. I'm terrified. And I asked him why. Why did you go into this specialty? And he stopped and he said, you know what? Thank you for asking me that. When I was in dental school, I realized that people are in a lot of pain. And if I can help them be relieved of that pain, then I'm going to feel good too. He told me that story. And right then and there, we had this bond. Very simple. And I got to tell you, he was an amazing root canal doctor. So the stories are showing up all the time, everywhere. And unfortunately, though, what I have found in my almost 6.5 years of having founded Story Fruition, I've listened to a lot of presentations. I've seen a lot of presentation decks. And what I started to observe was that most people, especially our scientists, our engineers, the background was that the brain was trained to analyze data, science, technology, engineering and math, that's STEM. But what I'm finding, is that is not really what makes the brain come alive. The data is really important and the chart is really important, but it's the story that the data is talking about. And the story usually centers around humans, okay? And humans are having the problem that the company is trying to solve for. So the way to get past that, where you're not just giving data, is to tell a story about those numbers, about people having that problem. Because what happens is you go from one part of your brain, which is the neocortex, which is reasonable and logical, and you move into the limbic system part of the brain, where it starts to see pictures of these people having the problem. And they can hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it because of your words. Because of what you're choosing to project out there into the world is affecting the imaginations of your audience. It could be one person that's listening to it, or it could be a whole room full of people, or it could be your boardroom, But if you start to learn how to tell a compelling story, that the audience sees and hears and smells and tastes and touches. They're not even going to understand what you've been doing, but you will. You'll be deliberate. And when you're deliberate and you know that you're having this reaction within the minds of your audience, it becomes edutaining. Not only for them to receive this information in a colorful way, not just black and white, but it's fun for you as well. Because everyone loves stories, right? We love to tell them, we love to listen to them. And so I train executives and professionals from all walks of life on find your stories. Find those stories. I mentioned a few already. So this show is going to focus on and teach how to be a mind movie maker. Because when you tell a really good story, they're seeing a movie in their head. Okay. And they'll be on this, edge of their seat listening to you. All right. So that's what we're going to be here for. So every week you're going to get a tip from me about a particular aspect using what I now call the Storyteller's mind movie method. It is my framework. And in order for me to help create, I want millions of people to become better storytellers. I do this through teaching my framework. So I have my book. I have now this show. I have videos. You can go to storyfruition.com and download many times some free tools to help you become more of a do-it-yourselfer, but they're there. And I'm very proud to say that we also now have my AI, which is called Missy. And Missy is there, and she's trained in my book. She's trained in my voice, and she's an expert in storytelling. So I've had people tell me, oh my gosh, this is way better than even my ChatGPT, because she has that expertise and she sounds just like me. It's a lot more fun, is what people are saying. So you can use Missy AI as you are listening to this podcast and maybe even try some of the tips. So if I'm talking about one episode and I'm talking about time travel, because all stories are moving in and out of the past to the present and whatnot, how do you do that so it's smooth and you're not using like the Hollywood cliches of, cut to, fast forward, those are so cliche. I'm going to teach you how to make it so smooth that the audience knows that you just did some time travel and it was delightful. Okay. So those are just little aspects that you can find in more advanced storytelling skills. So we're going to go through a lot. You'll learn how to paint every character in the minds of your audience so that they feel like they know them. Right? And that they have an emotional reaction to them. They're going to feel like, hopefully, that they're a fly on the wall when you're telling a story because you're telling it in present tense. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So there's a lot that's going to happen. And I have the tools now to reach out to you. Oh, and Missy, the other thing about Missy is that she speaks 10 languages. So this is an opportunity for that global expansion that we want. Because the more confident and compelling storytellers that we help, escort into the world, into the business world, the more delighted the audiences will be. I tell my team, I'm like, we must demand better storytelling and better presentations, because I just get sad when I see someone get up there and I see them nervous, or I see their audience getting kind of confused or bored. And that's not how it needs to be. What we want to do is we want the opposite results. We want people to walk away and be like, that was amazing. Like, I never looked at it like that before. That character that you told me about, that really did help me understand the issue that you're solving for. So you're going to learn how to not only become a great storyteller, but I'm going to apologize up front now, because you're going to start to recognize what makes great storytelling. You're going to really notice really bad storytelling, and you're going to notice a lot of it's around you. And you're going to realize, ooh, I may have been a part of the problem, but you don't have to be anymore. Because here's the thing. This is very learnable. This is a coachable craft. And I always have said, storytelling is an essential business skill. Essential. Because you have to sell your ideas. You have to sell your remedies. You have to sell your vision. Everyone is selling an idea. They're sharing what they want the new world to be. Those are vision stories. Those are mission stories. Your founder stories, your client success stories, your personal journey. We'll start to learn how to build your own story library. So in many of these episodes, it'll be me teaching. right now. I'm doing an intro to you right now, but then we'll have also guests. We'll talk about it with other people and they'll share stories and we'll break down what did they do that was so powerful in that story. Okay? So we're now going to learn how to apply the science to the art form of storytelling using the Storyteller's Mind Movie Method. And so that's why you're going to be a mind movie maker. Okay? So thank you. So please put your comments in. You can reach out to me if you have questions. Melissa@storyfruition.com. You can always reach me. I want to hear from you. And I want you to really know that your stories, they matter. They are your calling card. They are as unique as your thumbprint. Every experience, like we could have an experience together sitting right next to each other, and we are going to play that experience back from our own perspective. All right? And so that's what I'm saying, is that you and me, we're all walking, talking storybooks of wisdom. So let's go find those stories and let's tell them, and tell them really well. All right? So thanks for joining us. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to this station. And then let's have a lot of fun making mind movies.
Thank you for joining us on the Storyteller's Mind Movie Makers. If you're ready to build your story library and turn your lived experiences into unforgettable mind movies, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with others on the storytelling journey. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube and Instagram @StoryFruition for even more storytelling tips, behind-the-scenes moments, and live story coaching. Until next time, keep crafting, keep sharing, and remember, tell your stories and tell them well.